Welcome to Uganda Catholic Television News this Wednesday evening, the 25th of October. I'm Oryema John Paschal. To begin with, the Democratic Party has asked the government to consider acquiring land for the Balalo herdsmen who are likely to face eviction from the Acholi region in northern Uganda to avoid future land wrangles. According to Ismail Chiria, the Democratic Party spokesperson, these issues need to be addressed urgently to avoid conflicts that may arise in Uganda as a result of their indiscipline, land grabbing, and massive purchase of land. Sunday Gloria Oboch brings us the story.
In an Executive Order 3 issued on May 19th, President Museveni banned all Balalo from northern Uganda, rebuking them for indiscipline and land grabbing. However, on July 2nd, Museveni deferred the enforcement of the expulsion of the Balalo herdsmen from northern Uganda, neutralizing his earlier directive in Executive Order 3 issued on May 19th. At the party offices, Ismail Chiria, the acting party spokesperson, deems the postponement as unnecessary at a time when there are many other underlying issues affecting the people of Acholi.
It is presumed that these herdsmen came in northern Uganda in 2017, expected to come from Rwanda and Burundi. Now they started occupying places of Agago, Pade, Lamo, Gulu district, particularly Palar sub-county. When the Acholi people wanted to send them away, the president protected them by this Executive Order number 3.
He argues that the Balalo herdsmen have greatly contributed to insecurity and land grabbing issues in the region, which he says has a direct correlation with food insecurity in the region.
They think that these herdsmen have caused some insecurity. Many people are using them to manipulate the locals to get cheap land, and they also illegally acquired the customary land where it is supposed to be for the local people. There is also insecurity on the crops they grow, because these cattle come and feed on the crops, so you find that actually they are infringing on the agriculture of northern Uganda.
He also warned that if these issues are not arrested at the current infant stage, this may erupt into a tribal conflict. Hence, he has advised the government to consider acquiring land for the Balalo to avoid conflicts that may arise.
The president of Uganda, you have your own interest in the Balalo, but even the Acholi people have issues on this Balalo. Let us try to listen to each other. The act of waiting for them until the end of the executive order doesn't mean that actually they were happy with these herdsmen. They had actually to be patient with all the acts of these herdsmen until this date which we have extended.
Article 99(2) of the 1995 Constitution grants the President authority to issue executive orders. Prior to the 2021 January polls, President Museveni, while canvassing for votes in Acholi, directed all the Balalo pastoralists seeking to graze their animals in the region to acquire land and fence it to restrain their livestock encroaching on community land.
We are therefore calling upon government to buy them land, since it has interest in them. The government has the capacity to buy these herdsmen land anywhere. Then they settle them amicably. The government should either take them where they came from, because we understand the government knows where these herdsmen came from. Now, why are you trying to put these people in an area where commotion is going to be arisen?
For Uctv, I'm Sunday Gloria Oboch.
Thank you, Gloria, for that very beautiful story. A fire reportedly ignited by lightning destroyed a primary 4 classroom dormitory at St. Teres Girls Primary School this morning in Entebbe, resulting in the destruction of property valued at millions of Ugandan shillings. Sunday Gloria Oboch still was on ground to file for us this story.
Police in Entebbe is investigating a fire outbreak that occurred this morning at Kisubi Girls Primary School. The incident, which was reported to authorities at approximately 8 a.m., is believed to have started from Primary 4 dormitory. Swift response from the Fire Prevention and Rescue Services prevented the fire from spreading further, successfully extinguishing it. No injuries or loss of lives were recorded as pupils had safely evacuated the dormitory before the fire ignited, although all items within the dormitory were lost in the blaze.
This morning at around 6:30 a.m., where one of the dormitories caught fire, police fire brigade was notified. They responded and extinguished the fire, saving other dormitories and classes. Pupils' properties worth millions of shillings were destroyed. We did not register any injuries. We did not register any deaths.
The exact cause of the fire remains unknown, as confirmed by the police spokesperson for Kampala Metropolitan, Patrick Onyango.
Cause of fire not yet established. A team of police officers from fire brigade and detectives trying to investigate the matter. But we want to appeal to parents of the school to be calm, as there was no student who was injured, so they should be calm and patient.
Clerics and laity in Lango region have joined the fight against human trafficking. Last year, the Catholic bishops of Uganda issued a pastoral letter, Break the Yoke, in regards to the challenges relating to human trafficking, describing it as humanity against humanity, and tasked the religious leaders to use their various platforms to fight the vice. Eddie Olwa covered the story for us.
The 2023 Trafficking in Persons report indicates that in 2022, government reported investigating 1,200 incidents of human trafficking, a significant increase from 421 incidents reported in 2021. Of the 1,200 reported incidents, at least 526 involve exploitation in Uganda and 63 involve exploitation abroad, and the remaining incidents involve unspecified forms of trafficking. According to the report, government initiated prosecutions against 728 alleged traffickers in 589 cases in 2022, compared with the prosecuting 537 individuals in 403 cases in 2021. During a gathering dedicated to creating awareness about human trafficking in Lira Diocese, clerics and other church leaders joined the fight against the vice, promising to use their platforms to spread the information.
It is not one man's work. It is for everyone. It is not a work of only one institution or a congregation. It is a collective work.
This revelation stresses the urgent need for collective action to combat this inhuman act.
They bring all this kind of lies around it and make it so sweet that everyone wants to go. But the underlying issues, they're interested in issues like cheap labor. You will go and they will overwork you without resting. So bishops identify these gaps that people are being deceived.
Meanwhile, the Vicar General of Lira Diocese, Reverend Father Valente Innocent Opio, urged the public to unite against the distressing vice.
It is not something that we hear from far. It's happening maybe in another country or in some part of Uganda, far away there, but it is real. It is with us. So I want to invite the public that we should be on the alert, and we do what is within our means to stop this evil of human trafficking.
Survivors of human trafficking suffer deep psychological distress, depression, memory weakening, fear, guilt, and shame.
When these people have gone out and they come back, some are not accepted in their families because they sold the land when you are going, and come back, some are also forced to sell land to escape from there. So when you come home, you become a part of the problem. The family is suffering because of you. They have wasted money, they have done what because of you. So not accepted at all.
However, they are rallying other religious leaders to join in the fight.
And we need your efforts, you people who are here in combating this vice of human trafficking at an internal level and at the external level.
Meanwhile, other religious leaders blamed the government, especially in light of its authorization of labor export entities.
And now, those labor they're sending out, I think the government is being paid for it. We not be subsidizing their economy, so-called economy, transport.
So I am saying, Bakita's network must now turn to be prophetic. Yes. The Ministry of Internal Affairs very long. That is being prophetic.
In 2009, a national legislation referred to as the Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Act 2009 was enacted, and subsequently its regulations were adopted in 2019. It provides for prohibition of trafficking in persons, creation of offences, prosecution and punishment of offenders, prevention of trafficking in person, and protection of...
Thank you, Eddie. Youth ministers and laity leaders were trained in a provincial workshop aimed at educating the lay faithful and young people in a synodal church. The training, which took place at St. Augustine's Institute, sought to teach the principles of synodality, its importance in the Catholic Church, and how it can be integrated by youthful lay faithful. Ayebe Lam Athone has the story.
In a transformative initiative, the Kampala Diocese organized a series of intensive training sessions and workshops aimed at empowering youth laity with knowledge and skills to enhance the youth ministries and raise awareness about synodality.
The young people, just like other believers in the faith, first of all, I want to give a background. Before we speak about apostolate, how does one get involved in apostolate? The basis of all apostolate for the laity is the sacrament of baptism. By the time you receive the sacrament of baptism, you enter into the community called the church. And this community called the church is consisting of Christ as the head and every believer as a member of the body. So Christ is the head of this body called the church.
Paton Musimenta, a youth leader with speech impairment, asked the church to include sign language interpreters.
The church can help deaf people by introducing sign language interpreters who can help deaf people during the liturgy. For example, during the Mass. We would like to follow, but without an interpreter, there is no way we can do that. So we'd like the church to introduce an interpreter and a nearby place where all the PWDs or the deaf people can go.
The event, which took place at St. Augustine Institute, brought together young leaders and apostolates from Kotido, Lira, Nebi, Gulu, Tororo, Soroti, Masaka, and Kampala, and also welcomed laity youth leaders of the hearing and speech impaired communities. For Uctv News, I'm Ayebe Lam Anthony.
Thank you, Ayebe, for that very beautiful story. And now to bring us to a commercial break, we are glad that you're still watching Uganda Catholic Television News. Good news for all.
UCTV. Good news for all.
I am Father St. Augustine Masbreka, bring you inspiration quotes on this Uctv, and don't miss good news for all. Thank you.
It's unbelievable. Now, companies, businesses, and organizations can make bulk payments easily with Centenary Bank's corporate center SWIFT to anyone without the need of a bank account, anywhere, anytime, just like that. The recipient needs only their phones, national ID, and token number received via SMS to withdraw money from any center agent nearby. The Centenary Bank's corporate center SWIFT is simple, secure, and convenient. You think it's too good to be true? Visit any of our branches countrywide or visit www.centenarybank.co.ug to know more. Centenary Bank. Centenary Bank is a member center group regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits of up to 10 million shillings are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda. Terms and conditions apply.
UCTV. Good news for all.
Welcome back from that very beautiful commercial break. And in sport, rain set a stage for pros to prove themselves at the John Walker Uganda Golf Open Day 1. The John Walker Uganda Pro Open started off late after heavy rains in Kampala City this morning, limiting earlier plans of early kickoff with over 100 golfers taking part in the tournament. We thank you for watching Uganda Catholic Television, and we love you very much for being part of this newscast. Have a good evening. I'm Oryema John Paschal.